So, Pranveer, the best example that I can give you of a potential societal collapse in our neighborhood and consequences, on India and on the region at large, is Pakistan. Consider the current status in Pakistan. You have a Pakistan that, in many ways, is on the brink of societal disaster. If you pay attention to what's going on in that country, you've got the rise of regionalism. Sindh, Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, the Northwest, Gilgit-Baltistan, and then Punjab. And in many ways, Punjab has been the source of elite power in Pakistan. Punjabi society has typically dominated mainstream Pakistan. And so you can see a path towards social disintegration in Pakistan and the breakup of the nation quite realistically. And given more than anything else that Pakistan is a nuclear power, that is an absolute disaster, I would say, at a global level, not just a regional level. The consequences could include everything from a full-blown civil war right across our border, which will inevitably leak through the porous border in Rajasthan, Punjab, and Kashmir, cause real instability in our border states. Typically, instability right next to you means criminal gangs, smuggling, the illegal movement of people, the infiltration of terrorists and bad actors starts to become increasingly problematic. And so in many ways, having a stable regime across the border is the single greatest protection you can have from effectively having leaked instability coming into India as well.
The narrative that I've received on the show until this point in the whole podcasting journey is that Pakistan's always been difficult as a neighbor when it comes to India. So are you saying that perhaps in the next 5 to 10 years, with the increasing instability in Pakistan, they're going to be an even worse neighbor?
Yes, unfortunately, this is truly ironic, but as Indians, we should really be hoping and praying for the success of Pakistan. Because in 2024, they've ceased to be a serious threat. The fact that we allowed them to develop nuclear weapons back in the 70s and 80s and, they tested soon after us in the 90s is one of those great generational failures of Indian foreign and security and strategic policy, which has sort of permanently established a nuclear deterrent vis-a-vis Pakistan. It's really tied our hands in terms of the policy responses that we have available to us. And so the Pakistani strategy for a long time has been use the nuclear umbrella to blackmail India into being unresponsive to the death by 1,000 cut strategy that they're pursuing through asymmetric warfare.
You'll have to break that now.
It's a very, very simple strategic position from the Pakistanis. They recognize their conventional inferiority to India back in the day, having tried to fight 3 wars, 48, 65, 71, and then obviously Kargil, and pursued nuclear weapons effectively as a strategic deterrent. i.e., a weapon that allows them to say to India, if you take a conventional war with us too far, so I've laughingly described the Pakistani army strategy as the "Main pagal hoon" strategy. and it's kind of true. The message that they send to India is, boss, you never know, we might just push the button. So effectively, it's their insurance policy. And that's fine. A lot of nations, including Israel, use nuclear weapons, including India, as an insurance policy. Now look at the distinction between India's nuclear policy and Pakistan's. Pakistan says categorically, we may use nuclear weapons first. India, by contrast, has a no first strike policy, established and published. So India says, yes, we're a nuclear power, but we're a very responsible nuclear power, and we won't use nuclear weapons unless nuclear weapons are used on us first. Now, the reason Pakistan has maintained a first strike policy is so that they can effectively prevent India from responding militarily to the cross-border militancy that they've been supporting both in Kashmir and more broadly in India for the last 30 odd years. And so that's what I meant by Pakistan's death by 1,000 cut strategy, right? So they, whether it's creating instability in Kashmir or creating instability in Punjab or facilitating terrorism and Islamic separatism all over our country, those were asymmetric strategies where Pakistan doesn't actually go toe-to-toe with us and start a major war, but instead they kind of try to eat us from the inside through those sorts of strategies. And the only reason they're able to continue to escalate with those sorts of strategies is because they have that ultimate nuclear umbrella to say that, what are you going to do?
Hey, if you enjoyed this clip from the Ranveer Show, we've uploaded a ton of other clips related to a ton of other topics. So explore the channel because there's something for everyone.